Marshall, why do I need to create an I?
Well, there's a story in All and Everything that Gurdjieff describes a driver, a carriage, and a horse. And it describes the driver as representing, in a certain sense, our unconscious mind. The horse is our ordinary feelings on earth, um, which go every which way. And the passenger in the cart is basically anybody that this driver picks up in his rounds. The problem with the driver is he's very unconscious. He gives a very good description. I recommend look it up on the internet. I'm sure the story's there without having to read All and Everything, or read All and Everything. I would recommend that. But the idea of this cart is a description of what we are. The horse is under control. The driver is half drunk. The passenger is just anybody. So it means anything that comes along, I'm taken by. I am taken by everything that passes through me. In other words, there's nothing in me that's real. So what Gurdjieff talks in this story, this little picture that he creates in much, much, much more detail, and much more incredible detail, so it's very clear what he means, is that at times there's a possibility with a certain kind of knowledge that the driver can pick up the master. The master enters into the cart. The master becomes the passenger. And who is this master? Excuse me. Who is this master? Well, and what Gurdjieff means is this master is someone that will give me information of a truthful kind that will help me develop my inner life towards the possibility that I instinctively know what is potential in myself. And later, Gurdjieff, or throughout his teaching, Gurdjieff says man does not have a real I. And of course, in Ouspensky, he complicates it a little bit by saying we have many, many eyes, little parts of our personality that take over our and we're different in different situations. There's no inner solidity, no inner unity, nothing that allows me to be what truly I am in every moment that passes. So I am usually taken. I am lost. I am asleep. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I am. I am whatever it is that the occasion calls for, unconsciously. So in a way, I began to recognize that as a result of work on myself. I began to understand it directly, a direct experience. And in a way, of course, this is moving towards truth and away from the hallucinations we live in terms of our ordinary life. We move towards the possibility of what Mr. Nyland and what Mr. Gurdjieff calls the creation of an I, the discovery of an I, you could say even. But the actuality is that I have to work to develop this quality of something within myself that can give me the truth and also give me a sense of a certain sense of permanence and solidity in my life, an ability not to be taken by everything, an ability to be responsible for my life in the moment of my existence. So in a way, we call in our group we call it the creation of an I, an objective faculty. That always seemed so strange to me, such an intellectual term for such a spiritual quality, which I've now come to understand is the representation of what Gurdjieff would call his teaching as objective science. Because in a way, if I put it into practice and others put it into practice, and we all begin to have a similar result, and we begin to realize something is forming within us to give us a sense of permanence, and also we begin to gain insights not only into ourselves as we really are in truth, something is a certain kind of information is given in the immediacy of the moment, but also at the same time we begin to understand ourselves under this light of this I that I work to create, that I work to bring into the world, the subjective faculty. Under that light, I also begin to see the other world, the world that I know exists, the world of real freedom, the world of spiritual development, the real spiritual development. This quality of an I is a doorway into that world. It's the world. The I is the objective faculty that separates my identification with my subjectivity, my unconscious behavior, my personality and all of its aspects. This quality of an I separates out and gives within me a condition of inner unity as well as an understanding of a higher kind that will actually begin eventually open up the world of conscience and open up something that will become, that can guide me and that can accept me and that can actually begin to show me what I have to do to develop what I feel or sense or wish for my inner life. I wish to be free of this earth. And this quality of an I is the doorway into that freedom. And there's definite prescriptions on how to do it. There's not just a one-way description, but there's several ways that might help others to approach this possibility. It's not easy to, we're so identified with our subjectivity, we don't even know or have a clue what objectivity might be in terms of a spiritual world. But this quality of the effort towards creating an I will show us the path and show us how to do this over and over again until something develops and becomes crystallized in a permanent form.